Hi everyone, I'm Serena. Welcome back to Decoding Indigenous Health. Today we will be discussing health disparities within the Indigenous, Trans, Two-Spirit, and Mixed Race communities. Let's begin by unpacking the term trans. What does that asterisk mean? Well, trans is a newer term that serves as an umbrella term for many different gender identities. It is meant to be a visual disruption that recenters a viewer's attention to reflection to whom does trans refer. The Indian Blood Psychosocial Nexus of Risk from Andrew J. Jolivet's book, Indian Blood, HIV and Colonial Trauma in San Francisco's Two-Spirit Community, which we discussed in our first video, analyzes the different structures which create situations leading to higher risk behavior within the MLGBTQ2S+ Indigenous community in the San Francisco Bay. This chart displays the dissipation from traditional Indigenous Two-Spirit roles and structures of community leaders and the colonial violence forced on them. Jolivet says, as the spiritual, socio-economic, and cultural significance of Two-Spirit individuals dissolved through colonial contact with Europeans, MLGBTQ2S people experienced ruptures in their social and cultural support networks. This dissolving of support networks has led to increased discrimination and a loss of traditional knowledge and values, furthering the oppression and intergenerational trauma that Two-Spirit people experience. Jolivet explains this as Two-Spirit dissolution, which has continued since settler colonialism, began destroying traditional Indigenous communities, leading to minimal protection from discrimination and sexual violence and less support for cognitive dissonance and intergenerational trauma. This violence directly stems from religious missionaries and government officials and continues through lack of access to mental and physical health care. MLGBTQ2S+, which refers to mixed race, queer identified, transgender, and/or Two-Spirit Indigenous peoples' identities, create a complexity in the realm of statistics. Some of the complexities include the ways in which poverty, invisibility, and marginalization impact mixed-race folks. Because of this, it has become increasingly difficult for scholars to track health disparities among this group, which leads to complications in providing health care. These complexities manifest through difficulties in accessing care to combat HIV/AIDS for MLGBTQ2S folks, as many hold multiple underserved identities. Yet, according to Jolivet, there is no qualitative research data on the health and sexual practices of mixed-race gay men, nor among mixed-race men who also identify as transgender, Two-Spirit, or bisexual. MLGBTQ2S+ folks have also stated finding themselves stuck in cognitive dissonance, which is a state of having contradicting beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors. They often feel both conscious and unconscious pressure to surrender their power in naming themselves in an ethnic racial sense because others always expect them to align with a fixed identity that is ascribed to them. The ascription of ethnic and racial identity upon MLGBTQ2S also produced challenges in developing a congruent collective social memory and sense of true community membership. Thanks for watching, and look out for our season finale.